There's growing concern that Ticketmaster could begin using facial recognition software at concert venues across the country. Last year, Ticketmaster invested in a facial recognition startup called Blink Identity. In a statement, the company said the software could allow concertgoers to, quote, associate your digital ticket with your image, then just walk into the show. This month, a group of artists and activists launched a campaign to ban face scanning at all music venues and festivals. The group called Fight for the Future says this type of software could cause a number of privacy and discrimination issues. The privacy campaign is gaining support from major musicians. Guitarist Tom Morello of the bands Rage Against the Machine and Audioslave tweeted, "I don't want Big Brother at my shows, targeting fans for harassment, deportation, or arrest." Dan Patterson joins us now. He's a senior producer at CNET. Dan, just to start off for everyone, can you explain how this facial recognition technology actually works?
Yeah, Nikki. So where you and I might see a face, we see nose and ears and eyes. A computer, artificial intelligence, sees data. So your unique face also creates a unique face print when the AI analyzes it. So this can be stored like your iPhone locally on the device, and it's not shared in the cloud, or in the case of, say, Ticketmaster and other companies, that data is stored in the cloud, which means they can do quite a bit with it.
It sounds a little scary. How sophisticated is the technology at this point?
Well, let's put it this way. 5 years ago, scanning your thumb was the height of sophistication to get into your phone. Now, almost everyone uses facial recognition to get into your mobile device. Now, again, with the case of the iPhone or certain Samsung devices, that data is processed on the device. And what it does is translate your face print into a unique key that then unlocks the device. When it's stored in the cloud or other places, this data can translate, again, into a unique key, but be used to track you wherever you go, because it doesn't just associate your image with a ticket. It associates your image with all kinds of other data that marketers use to track you across the web.
So we're being watched often when we don't realize it. I know there was an incident in China at a concert with 60,000 people where authorities there used the facial recognition in a slightly different way.
Yeah, so if you or I look out at a crowd of 60,000 people, it's almost impossible to identify individuals and then track them anywhere. But for a machine, sifting and sorting high volumes of data, that's right in a computer's wheelhouse. So in China, facial recognition data, in addition to at concerts and other events, has been used to identify individuals and then track them at events like, say, protests in Hong Kong.
Pretty scary. Let's talk about the activist group Fight for the Future. They claim that this technology could lead to all sorts of data privacy violations and discrimination. What are the potential issues they're talking about specifically?
Yeah, so unique data is also uniquely valuable. Let's think of it like oil. This is a metaphor that's been used forever because it's pretty common. So oil in high volume or high scale has incredible value because it can be controlled and sold. Data is the exact same thing. Individual data points have less value because tracking one person is not the same as tracking many people. But when you can combine an individual's data set with the data set of millions of other people, you can recognize patterns. And again, those patterns can be used for things other than just letting you walk into a concert. You know, we see Clear, which does take...
Which I love.
Right.
Convenience.
It's super convenient. And that's often the trade, right? We give convenience for our privacy. So we can board an airline using, in Delta's case, just our face. But again, that trade-off comes with some privacy concerns. And we're not really sure what the value of that data is at high scale other than exceptionally valuable.
Have there been artists or venues that have already, like Ticketmaster is thinking of doing, using this technology in some way?
Yeah, a number of different companies use this data. And we should say with Ticketmaster and Live Nation, they have such a unique grasp on the music industry that when they employ things like facial recognition data, and when I say unique grasp, I mean they're kind of the only provider for large venues and large-scale concerts. That data kind of gives them a competitive advantage that others don't have. So it's not just that the facial recognition data has value, it's that it has even more value when coupled with a unique asset like the ability to put on shows.
Dan, you received a statement from Live Nation and Ticketmaster. I just want to read from it, quoting, Ticketmaster is always exploring new ways to enhance the fan experience. And while we do not currently have plans to deploy facial recognition technology at our clients' venues, rest assured any future consideration would be strictly opt-in, always giving fans the right to choose. I wondered about this. Ticketmaster says fans can opt in, but don't they have our images from Facebook and other social media that we don't even realize they have access to already, even if we don't opt in?
Yeah, well, a number of companies can and do pull images from the social web. So according to Norton Antivirus, more than half of the U.S. population is already in a facial recognition database. Wow. And that statement, so there were some interesting qualifiers in that statement. The word currently is one of my favorites, so that doesn't mean that they can't change their mind in the future. And they said nothing about the sale of that data. In fact, if I were Ticketmaster, I would say, hey, look, we have a valuable property. In addition to selling the tickets, we can also sell the data associated with the tickets.
There's so much that we give into for convenience. I'm curious, you're the expert. Would you give your face to get into a concert more quickly?
Boy, I try hard to protect my data, Nikki, so hard that I have no Facebook products. Having said that,
really interesting.
I happily give my data over to Clear so I don't have to wait in line at the airport. So it's always a balance between privacy and convenience.
It'll be interesting to see where we are in 5 years. Dan Patterson, thank you.
Good to see you.